Imagine having 100,000 kilometers of blood vessels coiled inside your body. That's enough to wrap around Earth 2.5 times. This vast network of capillaries represents one of nature's greatest engineering marvels, yet most people never think about it. Let's start with a mind-blowing calculation about the true extent of your circulatory system. Your circulatory system contains 3 types of blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries carry oxygen-rich blood away from the heart, veins return blood back, but capillaries are where the magic happens. Here's what most people don't realize about capillaries. The total length of all your capillaries ranges from 80,000 to 100,000 kilometers. For comparison, Earth's circumference is only 40,000 kilometers. That means your capillaries could wrap around the entire planet 2.5 times. You might be wondering, how can 100,000 kilometers of blood vessels possibly fit inside a human body? The answer lies in their incredibly tiny diameter. Each capillary has a diameter of only 5 to 10 micrometers. That's about 1/10 the width of a human hair. Let's do a fascinating back-of-the-envelope calculation to understand the true scale of this system. We can calculate the total internal surface area that these capillaries provide for nutrient exchange. The surface area of a cylinder equals pi times diameter times length. Let's plug in average values to see what we get. Let's use an average diameter of 8 micrometers, or 8 times 10 to the negative 6 meters. And let's use 90,000 kilometers as our total length, which equals 9 times 10 to the 7th meters. Multiplying these together, 3.14 times 8 times 10 to the negative 6 times 9 times 10 to the 7th. This gives us approximately 2,260 square meters. To put this in perspective, that's larger than an entire basketball court, all packed inside your body. This enormous surface area is crucial for efficient exchange of oxygen, nutrients, and waste products between blood and tissues. Now let's understand what these tiny vessels actually do and why they're so important. Capillaries serve 3 absolutely critical functions in your body. They deliver oxygen to tissues, transport nutrients to cells, and remove metabolic waste products like carbon dioxide. The walls of capillaries are incredibly thin to allow efficient exchange of materials. The wall thickness is only about 1 micrometer, which is 1,000th of a millimeter. In fact, capillary walls are only 1 cell thick, consisting of a single layer of endothelial cells. This ultra-thin barrier allows molecules to diffuse quickly between blood and surrounding tissues through simple diffusion. Let's explore the fascinating physics that governs blood flow through these microscopic tubes. The flow of blood through capillaries is governed by a fundamental equation called Poiseuille's law. The volumetric flow rate Q equals pi times the pressure difference times radius to the 4th power divided by 8 times viscosity times length. Here's the crucial insight. Flow rate depends on radius to the 4th power. What does this 4th power relationship mean for your health? If the radius doubles, the flow rate increases by 2 to the 4th power, which equals 16 times. Conversely, if the radius is cut in half, the flow rate drops to 1/16th of its original value. This explains why maintaining healthy blood vessels is so critical for cardiovascular health. Healthy wide vessels allow easy blood flow, while narrowed vessels dramatically restrict flow and increase blood pressure. Let's examine blood pressure and understand what those numbers actually mean. Blood pressure is measured in millimeters of mercury, abbreviated as mmHg. Normal blood pressure is 120 over 80 millimeters of mercury. But what do these two numbers actually represent? The top number, called systolic pressure, measures the pressure when your heart contracts and pumps blood. The bottom number, diastolic pressure, measures the pressure when your heart relaxes between beats. Let's convert these pressures to more familiar units to better understand the forces involved. 120 millimeters of mercury equals 16 kilopascals, or about 2.3 pounds per square inch. To visualize this, imagine having a 2-kilogram weight pressing on every 10 square centimeters of your blood vessel walls. Blood vessels experience constant pressure from all directions as your heart pumps blood throughout your body. Now let's understand how high blood pressure damages this delicate capillary network. High blood pressure creates excessive mechanical stress on the walls of your blood vessels. The stress on vessel walls equals pressure times radius divided by 2 times wall thickness. Remember, capillary walls are incredibly thin at only 1 micrometer, making them especially vulnerable. Chronic high blood pressure causes microscopic damage to capillary walls, leading to inflammation and reduced elasticity over time. This damage triggers a dangerous cascade of health problems. Damaged vessels become narrower and less efficient at delivering oxygen and nutrients. The heart must then work harder to push blood through, which raises pressure even more. This creates a vicious cycle where damage leads to higher pressure, which causes more damage. Let's calculate some important numbers about blood volume and flow through your circulatory system. The average adult has about 5 liters of blood in their body. Here's an interesting question. How much blood flows through your heart every minute? Cardiac output, the amount of blood pumped per minute, is approximately 5 liters per minute at rest. This means your entire blood volume makes a complete circuit through your body every single minute. During intense exercise, cardiac output can increase to 25 liters per minute or even more. Blood continuously circulates through your heart, lungs, arteries, capillaries, and veins in an endless cycle. Now let's calculate how fast blood actually moves through individual capillaries. The total cross-sectional area of all capillaries combined is approximately 2,500 square centimeters. Flow velocity equals flow rate divided by area, which is 5,000 cubic centimeters per minute divided by 2,500 square centimeters. This gives us about 2 centimeters per minute, or 0.03 centimeters per second. Blood moves incredibly slowly through capillaries, which is actually perfect for allowing time for nutrient exchange. Now let's explore evidence-based strategies to enhance capillary health and potentially extend lifespan. Cardiovascular exercise is the single most powerful intervention for improving capillary health. Regular aerobic exercise promotes angiogenesis, the formation of new capillaries, dramatically increasing the density of your capillary network. Studies show that regular endurance training can increase capillary density by 20 to 50% in trained muscles. More capillaries means more pathways for blood flow, which reduces resistance and lowers blood pressure. Diet also plays a crucial role in protecting your capillary network. Foods rich in nitrates, like beets, leafy greens, and garlic boost nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide causes vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels, which improves blood flow and reduces pressure. Antioxidants from colorful fruits and vegetables protect capillaries against oxidative damage and inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish and flax seeds improve the function of endothelial cells lining capillary walls. A diverse diet rich in these protective foods creates a powerful defense system for your capillary network. How long does it take to see improvements in capillary health? You can see initial improvements in endothelial function within just 2 to 4 weeks of lifestyle changes. Significant new capillary growth through angiogenesis typically occurs over 8 to 12 weeks of consistent exercise. Complete remodeling of your capillary network to adapt to new activity levels takes 6 to 12 months. Capillary health improves progressively over time with consistent lifestyle interventions, with the greatest gains in the first year. For those interested in the physics, let's calculate the pressure drop as blood flows through capillaries. The pressure drop equals 8 times viscosity times length times flow rate divided by pi times radius to the 4th power. Let's plug in realistic values for a single capillary. Blood viscosity is approximately 3 times 10 to the negative 3 Pascal seconds. Let's consider a capillary 1 millimeter long, with a radius of 4 micrometers, and a flow rate of 10 to the negative 12 cubic meters per second through that single capillary. Substituting these values into our equation, we get a pressure drop of approximately 30 millimeters of mercury across a single 1 millimeter capillary. This theoretical calculation matches experimentally measured values remarkably well. Now let's connect capillary health to longevity and overall lifespan. Multiple large-scale studies show a strong correlation between cardiovascular health and lifespan. People with excellent capillary and cardiovascular health have 20 to 30% lower all-cause mortality. But why exactly does capillary health extend lifespan? Healthy capillaries ensure efficient oxygen and nutrient delivery to every organ system, reducing age-related decline across the board. Better tissue perfusion protects against heart disease, stroke, dementia, and diabetes. Efficient waste removal through healthy capillaries prevents accumulation of cellular damage that drives aging. Capillary density is proportional to cellular health, which is proportional to longevity. Let's create a practical daily action plan to optimize your capillary health starting today. Start your morning with 30 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise like brisk walking, jogging, or cycling. Include nitrate-rich foods like spinach or beets, along with berries for antioxidants at breakfast. Stay well hydrated throughout the day and avoid prolonged sitting by moving every 30 to 60 minutes. Include omega-3 rich foods like fatty fish, walnuts, or flax seeds at lunch and dinner. End your day with light stretching or yoga to promote circulation and reduce stress. A diverse diet rich in these protective foods creates a powerful defense system for your capillary network.